Hi, I'm Rich Frawley, and I'm the Digital Forensic Specialist with ADF Solutions. Today we are going to discuss reducing backlog in-house with ADF. There have been many articles that speak to the backlog many agencies, departments, labs, and task forces are facing when it comes to the many devices being encountered today. This can present a serious issue, and we at ADF want to show you a few ways we can help fight and reduce backlog. Let's say you have not had any procedure in place, such as triage, when it comes to controlling backlog. This will assume that you open a case, investigate, execute search warrants, and seize everything. Putting the devices in a line for examination, now you have a tremendous amount of evidence to go through, and it's sitting waiting for the examination to go forward. I'm not here to discuss the issues created, but rather how to mitigate those issues so your day-to-day workload is easier. Your investigators are able to continue their cases, and prosecutors are happy because the case didn't become stale. So let's move into in-house triage, preparing the upcoming cases by putting the most relevant devices in line first and eliminating those that are unnecessary. And let's talk about the equipment and the personnel needed. You're going to need digital evidence investigator, a write blocker, any computer with 8 gigs of RAM, and USB devices to be used as the collection keys. As far as personnel, you can do this, or somebody with the digital forensic experience and evidence knowledge, such as your investigators that are doing these cases. 3 ways to start the process of triaging the devices. Okay, we have that computer, you have the personnel, you can do desktop scans with that computer. You can do boot scans, creating the collection keys and using those to boot to computers and do your scans and imaging, and mobile scans. And there's also a 4th option, the live scans. Typically wouldn't be used in lab, more on scene, but it is an option should it be required. So desktop scans, that includes attaching the devices, taking a hard drive out of a computer, attaching it through your write blocker, any USB devices you may have found on scene, attaching again through your write blocker to your forensic machine. Any images, maybe you've imaged something, you can scan it here as well. So anything you can attach to or put through your desktop computer or your forensic machine, you'll be able to scan. Boot scans. Here's where we take our tool, put it onto our collection key, and then you boot the target computer to our USB device. Especially helpful with computers where the hard drive is difficult to remove. Let's say you have a Surface Pro. Also helpful because it has BitLocker encryption and you know the credentials. You'll be able to unlock that and scan it. Not only that, you'll be able to image it as well. And this is also useful with Mac and Linux, so you can boot to those, scan those as well. And again, I said booting also gives you the ability to image those computers and then give those off to the forensic examiner. And mobile. We do have mobile support, and you would be able to attach your devices and create that backup and scan a logical iOS and Android devices. Now, we have the equipment necessary to run ADF, we have a process, and we can attack the backlog in a few ways with either a desktop boot or mobile scans, as I had mentioned in the last screen. So by doing that, we need to create these profiles, and they could be used singly or multiple. You could use a red light, green light, and move up to a quick or intermediate or comprehensive after that, once you know you have something. So the red light, green light targets the entire file system. What it does is it runs your keywords against every file name and folder name on that device. So if you're running your case-specific or crime-specific keywords, let's say child exploitation or drug or anti-forensic, and you get hits, you know, hey, I've got something with these keywords in it, let's move it up. Let's say you go up to quick. So quick, it runs the same keyword searches as red light, green light, maybe you add some more crime-specific keywords, and then we parse out the artifacts, and those keywords are run against those artifacts. So your web browsing, your logins, your downloads, your USB history, your communications, your emails, your peer-to-peer. So you'll have all those parsed out and the keywords. Gives you a better profile of the use of the computer. And any matches are tagged and collected automatically. Move up to intermediate. Again, the same thing that quick and red light, green light do, but here now you're adding more case-specific keywords. You're adding hashes maybe from your cyber tip, keywords from your cyber tip, still parsing the artifacts, and we're doing more file collection. We're going to collect all the multimedia and maybe the documents from the user profiles. So what does this allow you to do? Now you take everything you've collected, still within minutes, tens of minutes, less than an hour typically, and you could put all that information into a standalone viewer, hand that off to the investigator, so he now has data to continue the case and investigation, and you have the computer to do your further examination if required. And then the comprehensive custom. So you customize it, you're doing comprehensive, entire file system, looks everywhere. That can take your minutes to hours, and again, you can give that off to an investigator to go through the case, and you can take the computer or the image file and move up to a more comprehensive examination. So with task forces, or you have many investigators, as an examiner, you can have more control by customizing the profiles, controlling the settings on the machine. So here we have digital evidence investigator that you have as the examiner, and as the investigators they have triage investigator installed on their individual computers. So you can have control of their settings, deploying to them the search profiles that need to be used, and how they're going to conduct their triage. So once the in-house backlog has been addressed, we can then move to battling backlog out in the field with the same tools and adding live scans from that collection key. RAM collection, imaging, analysis, and reporting, all before hitting the evidence locker or hitting your lab. So bundling, putting it together, keeping control, being able to do this in-house, and then once we've worked on the in-house, we could move to field triage as well. So that's all for this video. Thank you for your time.